Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back this week. Today, not this week, I guess Monday's over. Welcome back today, Tuesday, February 13th, day before Valentine's Day. Just a reminder for all you lads and fellas and ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, tomorrow's Valentine's Day. So, doing some news again. So it's time. We're going to talk about some news here. This is Loud Thumbs News with Nick, and I am Nick. And we're going to start it off today, right now, with EA admitting some failure. So, if anybody's not familiar with this game, it's Immortals of Avium. It is a single-player, first-person shooter, action, some RPG elements in there. Very magic-based game. Put out by EA. Last year, okay, I don't remember the exact dates it was launched at, but EA has come out and admitted awful idea they did here. So let's read this here. It says, at a high level, Immortals was massively overscoped for a studio's debut project, they claimed. The development cost was around $85 million, and I think EA kicked in $40 million for the marketing and distribution. Sure, there was some serious talent and on the development team, but trying to make a AAA title, single-player title shooter in today's market was a truly awful idea, especially since it was a new IP that was also trying to leverage Unreal Engine 5. What ended up launching was a bloated, repetitive campaign that was far too long. A second Ascendant Studio developer told IGN they are still currently employed with the studio, and they complained that the company that the game ticked very many boxes that players seemingly wanted, but still sold poorly despite that. It's not a sequel or a remake. It doesn't take 400 hours to beat, has zero microtransactions, no pointless open world grinding. Simple enough. It says, although not everyone loved it, it reviewed pretty well, as currently sitting at about a 74 on OpenCritic, mostly positive on Steam, and no one bought it. So this game, I played this game, I reviewed this game, it is on the channel, so go check it out on the channel under the reviews tab for the Gamecast. I enjoyed the game. The fact that it's a AAA title and everything else they're saying, all fantastic. However, not a $70 title. That's the rough part about it. Yeah, it wasn't a bloated and, overdone kind of game, but it also was like able to be done in like 20 hours or less sometimes. But I think the bigger thing about it was it didn't have like that overall like feel of some sort of a Final Fantasy or just the scope of the game seemed to be funneled. And I think that's fine, but it's not a $70 fine. Like, it has to be a game that warrants $70. So it has to do something. It has to have value. A lot of people don't want to play $70, beat a game once and be done. Now, a good competitor, not one-to-one, but a good game to put with this at the same time I was playing was Spider-Man. And Spider-Man 2, to be exact. You could beat that game in like 30, 35 hours. You could platinum it. You were done. You didn't need to go back. You could go back and play around and just screw around in the game. But that was it. You were done. Now, the thing about Spider-Man versus this for me is the scope, the experience. I said Final Fantasy. Spider-Man's a much better example. Just because the scope of that game and it being a shorter experience still felt like it had the value of a $70 title. That's the way it should be. You should want to be able to go back and play. Even if I beat the game and I still enjoyed the world and screwing around and doing the side missions, I could still go do that. Even though I beat and got all the trophies, not a big deal. But Avium did not have that. It had like, okay, I finished it. The story was okay. It was pretty good. There were some funny moments. There were some cool set pieces. The effects looked good, this, that, and the other. It was like, but nothing really drew me to go play it again. Like, there wasn't like this big hook to the characters. I didn't like relate a lot to the characters. It was just okay, that was kind of different and fun and more bite-sized. And, you know, I'm glad I picked it up on sale for like 25 bucks or 20 bucks, whatever I got it for. That is where this game would have landed. And if they could have done that, it would have probably sold more. But anyway, they have admitted that this is not a good game to them. It was an awful plan. Maybe the game was good. They don't really say the game's not good, but maybe that was a situation where they ran into problems and there was too many people on the team, too many hands in the pot, too many people trying to do things. That's just how it happens. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, right? Well, that game did not win. On to the next bit of news. Nvidia is exploded. Let's just talk money here. So according to Bloomberg, the world's dominant designer and supplier of AI chips saw its shares rise as much as 2.9% today and hit the market to hit a market capitalization of $1.83 trillion. That puts it ahead of Amazon's $1.8 trillion, making it the fourth most valuable U.S. listed company behind Alphabet, $1.8 trillion, Apple, $2.9 trillion, and Microsoft, $3.1 trillion. Nvidia, which has added some $600 billion in the market value in the last year alone, will report its quarterly earnings on February 21st, so we'll learn more then. It says the company launched the GeForce RTX 40 Super Series of GPUs last month. The mid-gen refresh of its PC graphics card starts at $599. I didn't realize their chip or their cards had come down so much. I don't follow PC gaming, so this really took me by surprise, to be honest with you. That is a whole lot of money happening right there. And I would have never guessed that they were in the top 5. Ever. Period. So that's super cool. Congratulations to those guys over there. I know Nvidia has started to slowly corner the market and really get out and, you know, get ahead and using all the brains they have working for them, you know, with the DLSS and everything. And AMD is struggling a little bit to catch up with them. So that's pretty exciting news. So I thought that was pretty cool to talk about here today. Next bit we have here, What the Golf? Okay, I don't know if you guys have played this game. It's silly, over-the-top golf game. It's coming to PlayStation. So it's finally going to be off of PC only and Apple Arcade, and it's going to jump to consoles. I'm excited for this because I played it on my phone. Apple Arcade, I dislike. I don't like to have to pay for a subscription to be able to play certain games on my phone because I don't play very much on my phone. I want to be able to just buy the game and play the game and not have your whole subscription. This is a game I would have bought on my phone and played. Now it's going to be available on consoles. Even better. Now I can play it here. I would have rather had it on the Switch, though, just to be totally honest with you guys. So let me see here. Okay, so I must have missed it on the Switch because I do see a bit here that I missed. It says, let's just start at the beginning. Obviously, it came out 2019, Apple Arcade. 2020, the Game Developer's Choice Award for Best Mobile Game Title. And then the PC followed in 2019 before the game was made for Nintendo Switch in 2020. I didn't even know that happened. So poor advertising, guys. Poor. So I'll be picking it up on Switch now that they know that. It's scored a 79 on iOS, 83 on a PC, and 84 on Switch. So it gradually got better, it sounds like, so that's cool. But the PS5 version features will have full optimization of the DualSense support in case you have wondered what it feels like to golf a house or a car or a planet. So Triband, the game company here, they announced that in a press release today. It says it also is going to bring over 300 levels, including plenty of previously released updates like Among Us-inspired Among Golf. And more updates are on the way too. Game releases March 14th, so not very far away. No pricing put out yet. So that's pretty cool. I'm sad I missed that for the Switch. I would have been playing that for the last 4 years before bed or something, right? You know, I'm going to have to check it out. I do not know how much that costs on Switch, but I think that's pretty cool that it's available out there now as well. So go check that out, coming out on PlayStation 5 just about a month away. That's pretty cool. Moving on, next here we have Rise of the Ronin. So this was just shown off here at one of the game conferences from Sony. They, unfortunately, are not going to be releasing this game in South Korea. So it says here that the development team, Team Ninja exclusively, this game developed by Team Ninja exclusively for PS5. The open world game from Neo and Ninja Gaiden Studios sees players embarking on a journey across war-torn 19th century Japan. It says the action RPG is scheduled to be released elsewhere March 22nd, 2024. Publisher Sony has confirmed that it won't be releasing in South Korea, according to local media reports. While the company didn't provide an official explanation, it's believed that the decision would be related to the game's depiction of a 19th century scholar, Shoin Yoshida, who is a controversial figure in Korea. Yoshida nurtured a number of political activists who made major contributions to the Meiji Restoration, which restored imperial rule in Japan in 1886. He was also an advocate for the conquest of Korea, which would go on to be ruled by the Empire of Japan from 1910 to 1945. So no Ronin for South Korea. I mean, that's a bummer. Game looks awesome. I mean, I fully understand why they're going to be pulling it from that country. That makes total sense. But still kind of sucks. Just saying. So everybody out there, just so you're aware of why. That is why. That is what's going on. All right, let's talk some free game situations we got out here. We're going to talk about free games. There's nothing wrong talking about free games. And more games coming to your Steam and your Steam account, your Steam Deck, everything else. And that's going to be Dead Island Riptide. Go pick it up right now. It's completely free to pick up. The sequel's also going to be coming to Steam. The release date and everything here has been put out. And it's going to be April 22nd. Going to be available on your Steam accounts, so you can check it out there. It does say here, obviously this game was first announced in 2014. It took a very long time to end up on all of our consoles. And, I mean, it's been decently well received. This looks like it's been, getting scores, between 7s and 8s. So, not a bad game. Not a bad game to pick up. I have not played it. However, it says to coincide with the news of the PC version, to coincide with the news that the PC version's Epic Games Store exclusivity window is coming to an end, Dead Island Definitive Edition has been discounted by 85%, and Dead Island Riptide is free to download until February 15th. So go check that out if you guys would like. Article is on videogameschronicle.com, so VGC over there. Check it out. But yeah, Dead Island reviewed on VGC, 4 out of 5. So worth picking up, I think. It says Deep Silver released the first of the 2 Dead Island story expansions last November, with another one at the Sola Festival, and scheduled to launch in the second quarter of 2024. Both are included in the game's $29.99 expansion pass, so you can pick that up as well. Not too shabby. Free games. Take them. Take advantage. Do all you can with them. Last but not least, but at least last for today, let's talk some Helldivers. This game is amazing. I've already reported on it a bunch. I'm probably not going to stop reporting on it. Whenever there's news about it, I'm going to talk about it. I'm really thinking about doing some streams coming up here as well. Just doing some live streaming and talking about it. It's a blast. Build up. I think I finally got a 4-player crew, guys. So that's pretty exciting for me. But Helldivers 2, there's some unspoken... They're just calling it co-op etiquette right now. I like the name, a little unspoken co-op etiquette. So, basically, this is a PSA. I'm ending with a PSA. When you're playing Helldivers, what we ask is a few things. When you drop in a supply, you got to resupply. You got to run out of ammo once in a while, so you got to resupply. There's 4 of those babies that drop in one pod. Just take one. That's all. That's all we say. So it's unspoken rules here. And, if we're out there firing at bugs and bots and whatever's in our way, don't cross our ammo fire. Don't cross our line of fire. Make sure you're either aiming in an opposite direction, or maybe you're just standing beside, firing the same direction. Don't cross line of fire. Come on. Friendly fire's on. You're gonna eat it. And just make sure you don't get, landed on by any drop pods, anything like that too, because that can't happen. Calling out when you're throwing your your incendiaries or when you're calling in for, an airstrike, call them out. Just make them known, make people aware. You don't always hear these things sometimes, or see them thrown onto the map. But yes, it states here it's a dangerous game, and I don't just mean just because of the bad guys. In Helldivers 2, you're as much a danger to your teammates as you are to the bugs you face. With friendly fire very much a part of the game, Helldivers 2 is a game in which you need to watch your shooting and where you're landing a drop pod. Okay? And so, across Helldivers subreddit here, and Discords, and social media, players are setting the best practice for co-op play. There's a great thread on Reddit. You guys can check it out. This is an IGN article. You guys want to go check it out. There's some obvious stuff in there, such as don't walk your way in front of the teammates when they're shooting. Be careful when you're placing your stratagems. That's what I just said. Stratagems are like the airdrops that come in. They call them stratagems. It's a cool name. And it says, but there's some less obvious stuff that's helpful for promoting positive play too. For example, when someone is resupplying, already mentioned it, so I'm not going to repeat it. And here's a nice suggestion. Don't loot your teammates' equipment while they're without their permission, but feel free to loot their samples. Extracted samples are shared equally at the end of the mission. And it says, in Helldivers 2, turrets are particularly useful, but they can also hit your teammates hard. Friendly fire, remember. A combat that is placing them on the high ground. Obviously, they're telling you to put them on the high ground for obvious reasons, like drop a turret up top, not down below, if possible. And then some of this etiquette is as much of avoiding griefing as it is promoting effective play. Helldivers 2, as they've said here, and I have said, is a dangerous game. And it's as much about you don't shoot at... and my oh my, this is a weird one. It's a dangerous game, and so it's as much about what you don't shoot as what it is about you do shoot. So firing at an enemy off in the distance while the rest of the squad is focused on something else probably isn't the wisest course of action. PSA. Great game. Pick this game up. $40. Jump on our Discord. We're already talking about it over there in the lounge. Having a great time with it. If it continues to grow, it's going to get its own channel in the Discord. I want more and more people to be playing it and talking about it. PC, PS5 crossplay. So it's all there. The microtransactions I don't think are egregious or terrible. They really are barely noticeable. I haven't spent a dime on it yet, and I've already upgraded and got a few more weapons, some cool armor, and I've just been playing the game with my buddies, and it's awesome. The music is killer. The graphics are amazing, and talk about some of the most stressful fun that I've had in a very, very, very long time in the gaming world. So highly, highly, highly recommend this game. Go pick it up. It's amazing. All right. Well, that is it for news today. That's it from me. We're going to get out of here, and I'll see you guys back here. Should be tomorrow, I would think. Valentine's Day. Remember, last PSA. Don't forget. Go pick something up for your lad or your lady. Go pick them up. And that's it for news. If you liked it, hit the thumbs up. If you didn't, hit the dislike down there. Comments about everything we talked about down there. Just let me know what you guys think. What's going on? Are you playing Helldivers? What do you think about the free games? You going to pick those up? What's the big deal? EA trying to make AAA titles that just aren't working? Did Avium hit for you or not? Did you play it? Don't know. I'm curious. Let me know about all of it. But that's it for me. I'm out of here. Remember, until next time, controllers need exercise too. So keep those thumbs loud.